Alright, I'm gonna be straight with you. This video might sting a little, but it might also be the video that changes your life. The thing is that most of you aren't stuck because you're not talented or because you're dumb. You have what it takes, you have the skills. The real problem is what's going on right here. All of the limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck as a starving artist, and yes, I have been through every single one of them along my journey. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 13 ugly truths that are holding you back from the success that you want for your music career or business. The number one is that you are addicted to validation over value. To make it simple, you're obsessed with the wrong metrics. You're chasing likes over clients, streams instead of sales, followers instead of freedom, views instead of videos that convert. You say you're building your music career, but what you're really doing is just refreshing your notifications all the time. You're posting 5 videos and then spiral because you only got 10 likes. Validation is addictive, but it doesn't pay the bills. Value does, and income does. So ask yourself, what do you want more? 100,000 followers, or the freedom to make the music you want any time of the day, choosing the clients you want to work for and be remembered. Alright, number 2 is that you are broke because no one knows you exist. You might be insanely talented or have the voice of a generation or play bass like a god. But if no one knows you exist, it does not matter. No one can buy from you, no one can stream your music, no one can book you for gigs or services if they don't know that you exist. You're not broke because you're not good enough. You're broke because you're invisible. I feel so mean telling you that, but that's the truth. But anyway, no, the Spotify algorithm won't come and magically save you. There is no secret gatekeeper coming to you to hand you an audience. If you want people to care, you have to show up. If you want to get paid, you have to be seen. I know it feels unfair, like it should just be about the music and the passion, but in 2025, talent without visibility is a losing game. You need both, and deep down, you already know that. You know you should be on social media, you know you need to put yourself out there, yet you're still not doing it, and that's a problem. Alright, number 3, you are hiding behind perfectionism to avoid rejection. You say things like, I'm not ready yet, I'll start in X amount of time, I still need to learn X to do Y. But let's be really honest with each other for a second, this is not perfectionism, this is protection. You're not waiting to be ready. You're trying to delay the moment where you might be judged. You're scared that if you show up as you are, people will ignore it. Or even worse, they won't even like you and they won't care. So you keep tweaking, rewriting, re-recording, telling yourself that it's just not quite there yet. But underneath it all, you are just terrified that you are not quite there yet. Let's say you feel awkward on camera. Guess what? Every single person that you look up to on social media started feeling the same as you. No one was born charismatic knowing how to talk to an object. We all practiced publicly. If you don't believe me, go back to my YouTube channel first videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. What you have to remember is that every time you delay, you are not protecting your art, you are burying it. Perfectionism isn't serving your creativity, it is suffocating it. Alright, number 4, you say you want it to be your full-time job, yet you treat it like it is a hobby. You say you want this to be your job. You say you want this to pay the bills. You say you want to quit your 9-to-5 job. But your actions, they scream hobbyist. You work on music when you feel inspired and you post content when you have the time. You promote your offer once, maybe twice, and then ghost when no one buys it. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work like this. Meanwhile, people that are way less talented than you are living your dream life. Not because they're better, but because they're consistent. Because they show up. Because they treat it like a real job, like a real business, because it is. I know you want it to be just about the music and just about the passion, that it should speak for itself, but unfortunately in this world, in this decade, it doesn't work like this anymore. The thing is, you want full-time results from part-time efforts, and I'm sorry, but again, it just doesn't work like that. It's not realistic. Passion without discipline is just a wish. So if you want this to be your career, start acting like it already is. Number 5, you're waiting for opportunities instead of creating them. You keep hoping that someone will discover you, that a label will sign you, that one viral post will change your life. So you refresh your inbox, you tweak your profile, you wait, you scroll again, but nothing happens. The music creators who make it aren't sitting around waiting and hoping to be chosen. They're choosing themselves. They're making content, pitching, collaborating, launching, telling people what they do and how to work with them. If you're not willing to put yourself in front of people, Don't be surprised if no one shows up. Opportunity isn't found, it's created. Number 6. You say you want freedom, but you keep starting over instead of sticking to one path. Every few months, it's a new music genre, a new passion project, a new income stream. But by doing this, you're not exploring your creativity, you're escaping. Escaping the discomfort of commitment. Escaping the boredom that comes before the breakthrough. Escaping the fear that if you give it your all and then fail, then what? So you burn it all down, start fresh, convincing yourself that it's just alignment or intuition. But what it really is fear in disguise. You want the freedom to do music on your own terms, but you are not willing to stick with one thing long enough to earn it. That's not freedom. It is self-sabotage dressed up as creativity. Real freedom comes after the discipline. And that's a problem that so many creatives struggle to get over. So no, you don't need a new direction, you just need to stay the course. Speaking of course, and this was not scripted at all, but the enrollments for cohort 3 of Music Creator are going to start in about 2 weeks for the waitlist. You are gonna get a huge discount. It's gonna be the only time that I'm offering it at this price. So if you want to learn how to monetize your music skills and knowledge online, just click the link in the description, join the waitlist, it'll be fire. Anyway, number 7, you've made your whole identity out of being the underdog. You're so used to struggling that it became a whole part of you, a whole part of who you are. Your whole story is built around, I'm just trying to make it, I'm hustling, I'm grinding. You know how it is being an artist. Especially in the music industry, there's almost like a pride to saying that you're a starving artist. You know, when you say things like, yeah, I'm a starving artist, you know how it is being an artist these days. So you just tell yourself that you're just paying your dues, that being broke is part of being an artist, that no one understands how hard it is. But let's be real, you have wrapped your whole self-worth around being a starving artist, and now you're scared of what it actually would mean to succeed. Because you'd lose the underdog story. Then you'd have to show up differently. Then you'd have no excuses left. But guess what? There is no medal for being broke. You don't have to suffer to be taken seriously. You are allowed to win. But first, you have to stop clinging to the identity that's keeping you small. Number 8, you care way too much about what other people think. And that's a big one. That's probably one of the toughest one that I had to get over. And to be completely honest with you, I feel like it's only been in the last 3 to 4 months that I really stopped giving a about what anyone says or think. I know that you're afraid to post that video or to post that song. I know I've been there. You're worried your high school friends are going to judge you, that strangers on the internet will laugh at you, that other musicians will roll their eyes. Again, I get it, I was there just a few months ago. But let me tell you that, those high school friends of yours, they don't pay your rent. The strangers on the internet, they're too busy with their own lives to care. The other musicians, they're probably too scared to even show up themselves. Every time you silence yourself to avoid judgment, you're choosing comfort over your future. You say you want freedom, but you're still chained to everyone else's opinions. Let them cringe. Let them unfollow you. Let them misunderstand you. Who the cares? The people who are meant to find you will find you only after you've stopped hiding. Number 9, you are more committed to your limitations than your potential. You say you want to change, but the moment someone hands you a solution, you say, yeah, but that won't work for me because, you know, my situation is different. Sound familiar? I've heard them all. And I see it all the time with my students. They ask for a solution, they ask for advice, they get clear steps, and then immediately come up with a list of reasons of why it can't work for them. When you do that, 1, you are not looking for a solution, you are looking for permission to stay stuck. And 2, you're not committed to your growth, you're addicted to comfort. Because again, if that solution did work, then what? You'd have to show up, you'd have to face your fears, you'd have to leave behind the version of yourself that could say, I tried. That's the real cost of growth, letting go of the version of yourself that is keeping you safe. Okay, number 10, a big one, you avoid content creation because it threatens your identity. This one is my favorite. Can we be honest for a second and admit that you are not just scared of posting videos? You are scared of what it means to be posting videos on social media as an artist. You don't want to be seen as just another influencer. You don't want to feel like you're selling out. And you don't want your art to be reduced to trends and algorithms, right? So you tell yourself, I'm not ready, I don't have the right gear, I don't want to be cringy, I don't want to be an influencer, that's not for me. But let's flip that. What if the real problem isn't content, but it's the fear of compromising your identity? Content creation can feel like it's chipping away at who you are, like sharing your work online somehow cheapens it. But here's the truth. Avoiding content isn't protecting your art, it's protecting your ego. Your music stays hidden, your audience never finds you. You think being invisible protects your authenticity, but it just buries it. Alright, almost there, number 11. You treat consistency as a suggestion, not as a requirement. The reason you're inconsistent is because you're emotionally attached to motivation. You only show up when you feel like it, and then disappear when it feels uncomfortable. But motivation is just a mood. Discipline is an action. It's a decision. And motivation comes from action, not the other way around. You also think that consistency will come once you're more confident, but confidence comes after consistency. Again, not the other way around. You say you want the result, but again, you act like consistency is just optional. It is not. It is mandatory. Alright, number 12, and it's something that we kinda touched on before, but you want success without discomfort. Let me go deeper into this one because it is a big one. Success doesn't come without discomfort. It never has and it never will. You say you're a creator, you create music. Yet most days you spend hours scrolling, wishing, dreaming, waiting to feel inspired. But wishful thinking does not pay the bills. Scrolling through other people's success won't build yours. I dare you to check your screen time right now. There are apps to do that if you don't have an iPhone or an Android or anything like this, but I dare you to do it. Now, if you only spent half of this amount of time actually working on your music business and your music career, I guarantee you that you would not be a starving artist anymore. Growth feels uncomfortable because it stretches you. It forces you out of your comfort zone. But that discomfort is the price of the success and the growth that you want. If you want your dream life, you have to work hard for it. There's just no secret around it. Today, I had to wake up super early to film this video at 7 a.m. before my 3 student calls, the live stream, because then I'm off for vacation tomorrow. Believe me when I tell you that right now, I'd rather be chilling on the couch with my fiancé. Yet, I chose discomfort. I'm still here filming this video because I know that for my vision, for my future music business and career, this is what I should be doing. And number 13, you are clinging to a version of success that's outdated and unsustainable. And a lot of you are not going to agree with that one. That's fine. Feel free to keep scrolling and find another creator. It just means that you're not meant to be on this channel. For the other ones, stay here. The new music industry rewards creators who adapt, not who performs. Yet you are stuck tying your self-worth as a musician or music producer to the amount of money you make through gigs alone, or streams. You're too proud to try other income streams like coaching, Patreon, online courses, because in your mind, these don't count. They don't make you a real music producer or a real artist. You say you'd rather make $0 from music than $1,000 coaching something that you know about music. That's not integrity, that's ego. Starving doesn't make you more of a real artist. It just makes you exhausted. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. And I know it's not true for everyone, okay? I know it's not a general rule. But if this resonates with you, it's time to rethink what success means to you and to start getting paid for all the value that you bring to someone. Now look, I didn't share all these ugly truths to shame you. I shared them because I lived every single one of them. And the only reason I'm not a starving artist anymore is because I finally looked in words and got honest with myself. I learned how to get over every single one of them so that I could grow my business with the skills and value that I already had. So if you're ready to stop surviving and start growing, I created a whole program step by step for you. It's called Music Creator and it's helped dozens of music producers, composers, DJs, and audio engineers finally turn their music talent into real income. The next cohort is coming soon and I'd love to see you inside, so just join the waitlist with the link below in the description and I will see you in there. Bye. Oh, the bloopers again. I'm back! That's it. That's my video. Like a hobby. Like a hobby. Ah, like a hobby. That was so French. The music lady with a weird French accent. Alright, that's a wrap!